Obviously, this is a big event, first one in Paris. I'm curious how you're feeling heading into this one and the occasion itself.
I'm feeling fantastic. Fighting in Paris was a dream of mine for long, being a French Canadian. So I'm able to speak my native, have great interaction with the fan outside. People might think that I'm very known in Quebec, but I didn't expect to be known that well here in France. So yeah, it's amazing.
Is that always a surreal feeling to be able to go abroad? And it's certainly the first time we're having a UFC in this country to realize like, oh wow, this is a worldwide thing. I'm known across the world at this point.
No, it's very cool. Like I've been fighting. I fought in Korea, Abu Dhabi, US, now France. So I'm traveling the world fighting and making money. So it's a good life.
Yeah, when you started this journey, did you think that was going to be something you could do, to be able to travel the world and get paid to fight?
It's something I wish I could do, and now I'm here. So yeah, I'm very happy about it.
Going to the fight itself, how are you feeling ahead of this one? How's the training camp been, and what do you think of your opponent?
Losing to Shane Burgos by this majority decision really changed me. I hate that feeling of knowing that I always came close. I'm 4-2 as a featherweight, and the 2 losses are split decision and majority, and 2 of them are questionable. So it's a bittersweet feeling, but now I'm feeling more like a man. As I'm growing up, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, and everything just getting better with time. So I'm still far away from my prime, but I'm getting better fast. That's for sure.
Are those razor slim losses almost harder to take than ones where you convincingly lost?
Absolutely. Like when you convincingly lost, you cannot like think about it and say, oh, maybe the judges screwed this or whatever. No, when I did the catchweight with Erosa, he caught me with a Dars. It's the only time I got finished in my career. So I accepted right away. But knowing that everybody was skeptical about the last performance against the number 14 guy was bittersweet, but I passed to the next challenge. Thank you.
Just over here. Going off of, obviously, like you said, your last loss, what were the lessons learned from that?
The word was berserk, because I have good cardio, and like the worst thing that can happen is finishing a fight knowing you could have done more. So I'm going to start with a crazy high pace. I have a tendency to start very slow, a little bit like Cowboy Cerrone. I start slow, but once I get into the fight, everything goes well. But if I start the fight more intense this time, I think I can break mentally a lot of people like I did with Shane.
And of course, you're taking on Nathaniel Wood, who made his move to featherweight in his last fight. What have you made of him?
We had a good interaction. I saw him earlier yesterday, and he's certainly not as big as Shane Burgos. So yeah, that was a thing. But he's going to be very fast and speed kills. So I need to be aware of that. I don't think being the bigger man is absolutely great in some matchup. And I need to be aware that, yeah, he's going to be a fast little man.
What did you make of his last performance against Charles Rosa?
It was interesting. The calf kick, I was a little bit... I was like, why you don't do more? You got a man who's on one leg and he doesn't want to fight anymore. You're destroying him. And he didn't push for the finish, which is not like me. And people are calling this a striking match. I think I'm going to have to sprawl and brawl with him. Yeah, that's my guess.
So with that being said, how do you see the fight going down on Saturday?
Heavy pressure from myself. I need to be aware of that speed. But if I can break him, I think I can break him mentally. I think Charles Rosa wasn't pushing enough. I think he got caught by those leg kick and it killed his confidence. So yeah, I just need to push the pace from round 1. And I think by round 2, I can break him mentally.
And of course, being a French Canadian, how much would it mean to you to get your hand raised here at such a historic event here in France?
Oh, it would be a dream. Like there's so many people that I know, like rappers or comedians. There's a lot of people that I know who are going to be there, which I grew up watching them. So yeah, fighting in front of these people who influenced me to become the man I am today would be with my hand raised would be absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Of course.
Charles, just to touch on that, I mean, like you said, over here.
Hey, gotcha.
You are pretty well known here. With the UFC not having been to Canada in a couple of years, is this the ideal situation for you? Obviously, the French fans are going to be behind you.
Yeah, 100%. Even fighting in Canada right now wouldn't boost me as much in terms of like they say, oh, we got an event in Calgary or something. I wouldn't be the first one to jump in. Of course, if UFC want me to go over there, that would be cool. But yeah, traveling the world for me right now is my goal.
How much do you actually hear the fans when you're in there? How much of a role does that play?
Oh, big role. I really like the energy of people. I went from a crowd booing me last time in Long Island to a crowd cheering me, and you know, even when the decision was announced, they were like they were all for Shane, of course, but I really like the fan, and the fans seem to like me. Like I fought in Desmond Green's backyard in Rochester, in Korea against Duo Choi, and now Long Island against Shane. So now it's going to be the first time that I actually have a crowd that might be behind me. So that's going to be very interesting.
And you mentioned Korea. I believe this is your first time fighting in Europe. Are you going to stick around Paris and see the sights? Any plans to have a little vacation after?
Yes, of course. My fiance is here with me. She's been with me for the last 5 years, and we've been building so many great things. And her, because of vaccine and all those stuff, she wasn't able to travel. So now she's here, and there's many countries that we can travel to. So yeah, I'm gonna stick around Europe for a while.
Well, enjoy. Congrats.
Thank you. That's it. Oh, yes,
Charles,
sir.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. You want to do it French or English?
In English, please.
All right, let's do it.
So Nathaniel Wood is pretty well-rounded. Do you see any weaknesses in his game?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he doesn't want to finish his opponent as much as big featherweights want. Like, he really had like something given on a platter last time, and he didn't push to finish. I don't know if it was the stress of getting caught or whatever, but the lack of killer instinct, I think, is his biggest weakness.
And you mentioned Shane Burgos several times during this interview. Now he signed with the PFL. That complicates a little bit to the chances to see a rematch in the near future, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We had a gentleman agreement. We shook hands after the fight, and we know. He knows, I know. So we pass to the next.
Have you already picked your walkout song?
Yes, I did. Unfortunately, I won't disclose it because it's a big French song from a big French rapper, and I want everybody to feel that moment with me.
Thank you.
Of course.
Bonjour Charles, juste ici pour la sueur.
Yes.
Tu as l'air d'avoir beaucoup milité pour être présent sur la carte de l'UFC Paris. Qu'est-ce qui te plaisait à l'idée de combattre en France?
Que votre culture a tellement changé ma vie en grandissant. J'ai grandi en écoutant autant vos rappeurs, autant votre musique que vos films. Donc, d'être ici et pouvoir partager ça avec vous. Il y a Ragnar le Breton qui va être là. Il y a tellement de personnages incroyables qui vont être à cet événement-là, dont Booba. Mais Booba va être au Stade de France pour performer, là, ce qui il me fait un peu de peine. J'aurais aimé ça le voir. Mais ouais, c'est juste votre culture m'a influencé à être l'homme que je suis aujourd'hui.
Et tu viens de dire que tu as choisi de rentrer sur un son français. Est-ce que tu peux nous confier quel son?
Malheureusement, pas tout de suite. Je veux que les gens aient le petit chills quand je vais rentrer avec.
Ok, merci.
Cheers. Yes, sir.
En français.
Ok, cool.
Charles, qu'est-ce que tu as envie de dire au public français qui peut-être ne te connaît pas? Qu'est-ce que tu as envie de leur dire pour ne pas rater ton combat, justement, qui pourrait être un banger, comme beaucoup le disent?
Je vais simplement vous inviter à tune in sur les réseaux pour regarder le combat. Vous allez voir votre cousin canadien, votre cousin québécois vouloir tout briser, vouloir saigner devant vous, vous donner le plus d'énergie, puis vous donner un moment que vous n'allez pas oublier. C'est historique, c'est le premier événement à Paris, puis marquer l'histoire, c'est génial pour moi.
Merci.
Yes. Et merci beaucoup.
I'm fucking coming, baby!